Yeah, I want to say that although I am an expert in literature, supposedly, and I'm into writing, today I am going to poach on Dr. Hamsa ma'am's and psychology department's area because I'm talking out of interest. So, I want to start with two case studies. There was a student I taught in this college. She had disability and now she's joined back for PG. So that's a success case study. And she was happy because she was taught a play which deals with the topic of disability. But I want to talk about mental health. And there was a student I met, is still in this college. I told her that I had a friend who had borderline personality disorder. And she said, "Sir, I also have that." So I asked her, "What are you doing? Are you seeing a psychiatrist? Are you taking medicines?" She said, "No, after coming to college, I stopped all that." So I told her, "If you think you can handle it, it's okay. But if you think you can't, please go back to doing that." So I want to start this talk by telling you about three kinds of people. And you know those kinds, I think. Neurotypical, neuroatypical, and Hamsa ma'am is here. And neurodivergent. And when we are in school, many students, they come and tell you, "I'm not good at language," or they come and tell you, "I'm not good at maths," and they escape later in life by the student who is not good at maths will go into language, the student who is not good at language will go into science, etc. And my son has autism. That's why I'm talking about this. So there are many of you sitting here who actually may be having, and this is not something which carries with it any stigma, but you may be neurodivergent or neuroatypical, and it's good to find out. But what I want to talk about is something else which will probably help everyone. So when you talk about disability, if you come in here, suppose I was in a wheelchair, I would not be able to come up onto this stage. So that's how you think about it, how you can make it better. Not that it's not good, but it can be better. When you talk about this, there's something called Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, and there's also something called International Classification of Diseases and Related Health Problems. So they are categorizing all these things. So the second one, International Classification of Diseases and Related Health Problems, they deal with things like dementia, schizophrenia, mood affective disorders, personality disorders, etc. Whereas DSM, just give me one more minute because 2 or 3 people dropped out. DSM deals with learning disorders, communication disorders, dementia, substance related disorders, sexual and gender identity disorders, etc. So along with that, is what I told you about dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, ADD, ADHD, Autism Spectrum Disorder, etc. 297 disorders have been categorized, but some people say it's 466. Now, why I want to talk about this is there's also anxiety disorder, depressive disorder, neurodevelopmental disorders, and it's all clubbed in groups. That means comorbidities. They can come in, they can come together in some cases. So I just wanted to suggest that as you go into the future, into the classroom, think about these students because they look normal. But they may have these issues actually, not pretend. They may not be pretending it. They may not be putting it on because they know a lot more than you now. And so I have suggested 11 steps we can take to include them because this is a world of inclusivity. To the extent they can be included. Those steps are: stop stigmatizing. Don't look at just disabilities, but look at mental health. Inclusivity with safeguards. That means they should not end up harming themselves, or we shouldn't harm them unknowingly. They shouldn't harm us unknowingly, etc. Having counselors, having psychiatrists, having psychologists, nurses, shadow teachers, in case, because you see they have not been dealt with in school. There's no Tare Zameen Par out there, only in a movie. So we may have to deal with them. And maybe a little bit of a pharmacy, and special consideration for trained caretakers and special consideration for the caregivers. Thank you.